Hi everyone, welcome back. We are about to jump on the walking pad and do a quick walk, and we're also going to be talking about binge eating. This has just been a hot topic in my world with my clients and then also what I've been seeing online. So let's talk about it. Let's dive in. Let's go. Rambo is going to be doing a walk with me today. Let's get this going. And then I'm also going to be recording the walk on my iWatch as well. Just go to your workout app and click indoor walk and it'll count you down. And then you're keeping track for your exercise rings. It's the best way to do it. All right, we're gonna start off with a quick warm up. I'm gonna be at 2.0 for this one. How are we feeling? I haven't done a walk with me in a hot minute, so this is gonna be nice, get our blood flowing, do a quick warm up just to get back into it. I'm already feeling good. Just getting on the treadmill or starting a workout, I always have that sense in the beginning of like, wow, I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud that I started, because once I start, I always finish. So I don't know exactly how long this walk is going to be today. It'll be in the title probably, but let's just aim for a couple thousand steps, relax, and we're going to talk about binge eating as well, because I know that that's something that plagues a lot of people. So I thought this would be a really good talk. All right, let's bump it up now. I'm gonna bump up to 3.0 so that I can continue talking to you. If I wasn't talking, I would probably be around 3.5. That's been my sweet spot lately, but do what feels comfortable to you. If at any time you need to adjust your speeds, do it. Just try to pump and power through this workout with me. How are you feeling, guys? Not gonna lie, I'm a little melancholy, sad, because I just got back from my trip today when I'm filming this video. And you know that feeling when you get back from a trip and you're just like, everything, like your house doesn't feel familiar, it just, everything feels like new, and then you're sad because you're not on the trip anymore. It's just a weird feeling, but I should snap out of this in a little bit, back to my routine as usual. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I scheduled for myself to film this video for you so that we could do a walk together, and then I could like stay on top of my goals and just keep up with my steps. Well, I was on my trip, I got so many steps. It was so nice, and I've been doing well this morning because I've been trying to keep busy. So my steps have been great, good, but I want to keep going. Like, I really want to keep going with that almost 15K number if I can, because I realize that when I do that, it's just, it makes me crush all my other goals so much more. So it's about, what time is it? It's like 1:15 right now. I'm going to be doing an actual workout once I go, once my son gets off the bus later, and I love doing my workout in the afternoons. So that's going to be my day. I ate a good healthy lunch. I'm back on track. Whew. All right, how are we feeling? Good? We're a couple minutes in now. This already feels like I've accomplished something. I hope you feel like that too. But let's talk a little bit about binge eating and just let's unpack it, because I don't think that everyone talks about it the way that I do. And if you're a client of mine, you already probably know what I'm gonna say right now. Binge eating is just a habit. It's just a habit. And when habits are strong, we sometimes put them on a pedestal and we act like it's very hard to change and it would be a lot out of our comfort zone. But to me, when we start thinking like the all or nothing mentality, like out of our comfort zone, sometimes it makes us want to take a step back because it's too much too fast. It's going too much too fast. It's kind of like when you start a crash diet and you're like, okay, I'm giving up everything today and I'm starting tomorrow and I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, which I've never done before, and I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna change everything all at once. Our mindset is like, no. That to me sounds like the recipe for failure. It's just too much too fast. And sometimes when we do that, our mindset just, it's gonna rebel. It's gonna rebel and it's gonna make us give up, because it's gonna make us feel way too far out of our comfort zone. And when we feel too far out of our comfort zone, we want our comfort zone back. So then we flop the other way and we even, sometimes go a little bit off the rails just because we're rebelling against all of the changes we're trying to make. Even though we have good intentions when we're doing this, because ultimately we want to be healthier, if you go too much too fast in changing your habits, that's when your mindset's going to rebel and say, this is too much. So realize it's a habit is the first step, but then don't try to change too much too fast with anything with a habit, right? Because when you do that, you're just going to rebel. And that's what I did for years when I was trying to change all my habits. When I was trying to do walks like this, I would make these imaginary rules on myself. Like I had to get on this treadmill, go 4.0. I couldn't hold on to the sides like on a traditional treadmill. I had to power walk, and I had to do it for an hour. Like, who made that rule up? Why did I make that rule up? I will never know. But imagine going from no walking to doing that kind of walk every single day and thinking you had to do it. My mindset was like, what are you doing? And of course I stuck to it for like maybe a day, maybe 2 days if I was lucky back then. Now I've made walking effortless in my day. Every day. Every day I get 10K steps, no ifs, ands, or buts. I might be jumping on this walking pad. I have a treadmill in the basement. This is great because I can move this around. This will actually fold down, so this can go underneath my desk, which is nice. This works on carpet. I have carpet back there in my office. I also have carpet in my living room. It works fine on carpet. So you can literally move this thing around everywhere. I always have it linked down in the description boxes of my videos because I absolutely love this walking pad and I use it every single day. Totally worth it, in my opinion. And it's always on sale on Amazon. So if you're in the US, you should get free shipping if you're a Prime member. And it's usually like 15 to 20% off. Whew. But yeah, habits. You can't do things from 0 to 60. It just doesn't work. So once you realize that binge eating is a habit, okay, let's really unpack that. If it's just a habit, we can change it. Doesn't that give you like a little bit of hope? Like a feeling of like, wow, I can overcome this. Are you feeling that? Because you totally can. I've seen countless clients overcome binge eating from going through my programs. But in general, it's a mindset thing, it's a habit thing. So if you have a habit that you want to improve on, it's just like any other habit. You want to drink more water, you want to get more steps, you want to clean up your diet, you want to have a better morning routine. What are your habits? You can change them. And not only that, you can modify your habits. You don't have to completely go from 0 to 60 all at one time. You can easily change it a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit. And that's what my programs are all about, because if we change too much at one time, I've written in big letters on my notes, no, all or nothing. Because if you do that, it's really hard to stick to it. So if you make the baby steps instead, that's what ensures long-lasting success. And that's kind of like the premise of everything that I teach, because I really believe in that. And I've seen so many people just do things a little bit differently, go about dieting and weight loss the same type of way. Like, yeah, you've got to clean up your diet, you've got to drink more water, you've got to get steps. But if you don't want to do those things every day, you're not gonna do them. And that's what I say to myself all the time. If I don't like doing something, I'm not gonna do it. So how do you like doing things? You have to change your mindset. Your mindset is everything. Everything. And if there's something in your day that you don't want to do but you know you have to do, table it for a little bit. Don't worry about that. Worry about everything else. It's exactly what I said in my workout video. I have been on this journey for weight loss since on and off having kids. So I went through 3 weight loss journeys after my 2 kids and then 1 for my wedding. That was 11 years ago. 2013 is when I first started. And I never wanted to exercise ever, ever, ever. I told myself I was never gonna do it. And then one day, I was ready. And one day, that thing you don't want to tackle, you will be ready to do it. And I promise you, when you go into something with the energy of, I want to do this, you're gonna get such better results than if you go into it with a, I really don't want to do this, but energy. That's 2 totally different results. So just remember that. Whew. All right, guys, we are rocking and rolling today. This is going by so fast for me. I hope it is for you too. I hope you guys like these videos. If you do, make sure you hit the thumbs up button so that I know. You know what? This is a great time to talk about today's video sponsor. Okay guys, so let's talk about it. Element. If you guys have been here for a hot minute, you know that I'm obsessed with Element. These are single serve electrolyte mix packets. I drink one of these every single day. I'm a busy mom. I'm running around. I'm working out now. I'm also doing workouts and walking. So it's really important that I stay hydrated and replenish my electrolyte. Before Element came into my life, it was touch and go for me. I was getting Charlie horses at night, not knowing why, because I was drinking a ton of water. I drink over 120 ounces of water a day, and I was still getting these Charlie horses, still having muscle cramps. I didn't know why, chronic headaches out of nowhere, and it was a mystery until I started having electrolytes every single day, and then everything changed. I began to feel better immediately, and not gonna lie, I wish I had these a couple of years ago now when I was going through the keto flu. These would have snapped me right back into feeling good, and I wish I had them back then. So if you're going through something like that, if you're starting the low carb diet, these are perfection. The science-backed electrolyte ratio is why these are so great and why I love Element specifically. You're gonna get sodium, potassium, and magnesium all in the perfect ratio in every single packet, and they all come like this. You can take them on the go. I just took a bunch of these to Florida. It's so easy. It makes it so easy to just incorporate these into your day. The best part is you can get flavors, which is awesome. You can mix it with water, or you can get an unflavored zero carb salt. You can mix it in anything. You can put it in your smoothies. You can put it in any other drink. Hydrate the way that feels good to you. And for anyone watching my video today, you can go to the Element website and grab a free sample pack with your next order. What is in the sample pack, you're probably wondering? 8 of their most popular flavors. So you get a single serve pack for 8 of their most popular flavors, including the unflavored version, for free the next time you place an order. So all you're gonna wanna do is go to drinkelement.com/heart. So that's drinklmnt.com/heart, H-A-R-T. Thank you again to Element for sponsoring today's video. Oh my gosh, I love those Element drink packets. I'm gonna be mixing up a raspberry one as soon as I'm done on here. I usually have mine around 2 p.m. So we're almost there, so it's perfection. But let's go back into, I'm gonna fall off the front. Let's go back into the conversation about binge eating. My first little section was habit, is what I called it. This next section is called, I'm gonna call it reason. Why are you binge eating? And this is like a loaded question, I realize. And it's kind of hard to dive deep in a video like this because I could talk about binge eating all day, every day. And with clients, like we really go deep with why. And then looking at the cause. What causes you to want to binge eat? What causes you in your day to want to binge eat? Are there triggers that you have? Are there situations that you have that come up and you're like, I'm turning right to food? Are you turning to food for comfort? Turning for happiness? Are you turning to it because you're stressed out? Are you turning to it because you're sad, lonely, happy too? I said happy, but I mean like celebrating. Is that when you fall off the rails and you want to binge eat then? You know, there's so many different reasons why we overeat, why we binge eat, why we feel like we can't stop. And it's crazy because most of the time we don't even think about why we do it. I used to do it too. And I'm telling you right now, anyone out there watching this, if I can overcome binge eating, you can too. This is something you can 1000% overcome. So look at the causes, and that's what I did. I feel like for me, and that's why I bring up happiness and celebrations, because for me, a lot of my binge eating involved positive things. It involved going out to dinner and going absolutely nuts and feeling so sick and regretting all of it, feeling so remorseful afterwards, so guilty that I did it again. And I would repeat that cycle a lot. Because whenever we would celebrate, whenever we would go out to dinner, and this is before kids, so like me and my then boyfriend, husband now, but back then, we were going out to eat all the time. And it just was another reason for me to just go off the rails. And it was never good. But it was like turning a fun, happy experience into complete despair afterwards because of how I felt. And it felt like a hamster wheel. It really did, because I knew I was excited to go out to eat and to celebrate, but then also I knew what was coming afterwards. So there's all different kinds of causes for binge eating. I also did it from stressed out days at work. I also did it if somebody upset me. Food was the answer. Now I realize that my mindset had to change in order for my situations to change, in order for my reactions to change. And can you change your default reaction? 1000% absolutely. That's why I say binge eating is overcomable. You can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. So, look at the causes, look at your triggers, look at your routines. Are there things in your week where you get triggered, and are there things in your month where you get triggered? What are those things? Acknowledge them. Bring them to the forefront and really look at them. Most of the time we don't even think about why we do things, we just kind of do them. But when you start questioning them, you bring them up to a conscious level instead of keeping them buried in your subconscious. You bring them up. When you think about them, like, why do I do this? Do I want to keep doing this? Those are questions I ask myself all the time. Because if you don't question your actions, you will just keep repeating your same actions. But then when you question them and you say things like, do I want to keep doing this? Is this the right next move? Sometimes we know it's not, and then we can make actions to change. And then my biggest question for myself all the time is, why? Ask yourself why. Why am I doing this? Why do I turn to food in this situation? Why do I go off the rails? There's no more hamster wheel. In the very beginning of my course, I say, in like one of the first lessons, take yourself off of autopilot, right? I did that for so many years. It was like, wake up, get ready for work, come home. But in the middle of all of that, it was eat very badly, feel guilty for eating badly, get hungry again, get mad at yourself for your food choices again, go to bed and do it all over again. It was like the worst hamster wheel ever. And it's something that's so overcomable by just really realizing it's a habit, everything we talked about today. Realizing it's a habit, looking at the causes, looking at your routines, and asking yourself why you do these things. And sometimes that's enough to be the catalyst to start the change. Get off that hamster wheel. Know that you're better than that. You don't need food for comfort or any kind of de-stress. What you need food for is nourishment. You need fuel to fuel your body, to fuel your organs, to feel your best. Food can be so healing, so nourishing, and just the best part of our day, which is how I feel like it is now for me. But all of these things need to happen first. You have to recognize that it's a habit. We need to change that. And look at why you're doing things. It's a great place to start. And I hope this is a starting point for you guys in this video specifically. If you are having trouble with binge eating, let me know if you'd want to see me do a more dedicated like sit down video for this, and I can dive a little bit deeper. But this next section of the video I titled Hope, because I know that binge eating is kind of like a touchy subject, and I haven't really talked about it much on here. I talk about it a ton with my clients because I know that this is like, sometimes that's the reason why we're working together, is because solely of binge eating and just not being able to feel like you can't control that part of your day, which, hello, we all need to eat. So it feels like it's taking over your mind and taking over your whole life by not being able to make the right food choices, the right portion size change, like the right portion sizes for your meals. You can't figure out how to wayfind in that respect. So I wanted to talk about this for so long, but I feel like this is a great way to kind of start the conversation. But I think the biggest thing everyone needs to realize out there is you can overcome this. I know you can. I overcame this, and I know where I started. So I know that you're capable too. And just to remind you guys, where I started, I was almost 200 pounds. I'm 5'4". I'm a little shorter than 5'4". So I'm 5'4". I was a little over 200 pounds, or almost 200 pounds, I'm sorry, back in 2013. And I got engaged. And in high school, I was like in the 130s. And I'm like, oh no, like I need to lose this weight for my wedding. Like this is my big day. Like, and I had a long time to lose it. I had like a year, almost a year and a half from when we got engaged to my wedding day. And I had yo-yo dieted for years. I had developed so many unhealthy habits, like binge eating and just not knowing what to eat, eating certain foods and not being able to stop. And what I ended up doing was finding the 100 diet, which was low carb, which allowed me to eat a lot of food. Like actual portion sizes were great. I was full, I was satisfied. I wasn't overly stuffed and feeling gross after my meals. It really taught me how to have a healthy relationship with food. And then I attacked all of these little habits one by one by one. And then I ended up getting to my goal weight, and my wedding was like still a year away. So it was perfect. Had my daughter, had my son, did another weight loss journey where I was, after my daughter this last time when I gave birth to her, I was 204. And now I'm in the low 130s and I feel great. And I've been maintaining this weight loss for 3 years now. I just came up on my 3-year anniversary. So I love that. I love it. And it's pretty effortless at this point. And I hope I'm conveying that to you guys. But just to give you context, I went through all of these issues. I know everyone sees me now the way I am now, and they're like, oh, of course, how is she talking about binge eating? What is she even talking about? You guys, I will never forget. I will never forget. I never forget where I came from, where I started, and everything that I have had to overcome to get to where I'm at now. So it's really important for me to pass along the message to all of you watching that no matter what your weight loss goals are, you can have them. You want to quit binge eating? You can do it. You want to lose 100 pounds? You can do it. You want to maintain and lose your last 5 pounds? You can do it. You can totally do it. I know this because I've done it myself, but then I've also worked with countless clients, hundreds of clients now, who have done it too. Lost the last 5 and maintained, lost 70, 80 pounds. They've done it. Overcome binge eating. I know specific clients that I'm thinking of right now in my head. They have done it. And we worked through it. And it's a step-by-step process. You can do it too. I hope this video opened up your eyes to maybe the possibility of like, wow, maybe I don't have to live like this. Because that's kind of what I was thinking 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And I really wanted to overcome all of these things that I thought were plaguing me and holding me back. Like binge eating. And just getting on a treadmill and getting more steps. And now it's very effortless, it's very easy. I never turn to food, ever, 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 ever. When it comes to celebrations, when it comes to a stressful day, when it comes to comfort, never, never, never. That's not what I use food for anymore. I turn to the things that actually will do what I want them to do. De-stress me, comfort me, make me happy. Food doesn't do those things. Food is just meant to nourish me and give me fuel so that I can be the best mom, be the best wife, be the best friend, be the best sister. You know, it's like that's what I look to food for. And yes, that's it took the mindset work to get me there, but I'm just letting you know that it's totally, totally possible. Feeling so good right now, guys. This is gonna be a really good walk. Ooh, my heart rate right now is 111. 111. So if anyone does want some more support with weight loss, binge eating, you know, and a lot of times what happens is we know how to lose weight. Like, you know what works for you. Or maybe you've got a really strong feeling about what works for you. You just don't know how to navigate this next weight loss journey and make it be your last. Make it be successful. Make it be something that you stick to and that you can create a lifestyle around and you can maintain and you can just overcome anything that's holding you back, including binge eating. Then definitely check out in the description box. I've got one-to-one private mentorships available. I also have my Group Mastermind, and they're basically the same thing. I know I get this question a lot, so I'm just going to touch on it real quick. They're the same. It just depends how you are as the client. Do you love private talks about your weight loss journey, or would you thrive better in a group setting? The choice is yours. But I do have spots available for both of those right now. And right now we're in April.
Exercise ring closed.
Exercise ring closed, nice. So we're in April. Get this done before the summer. Just do it. Get yourself on track for success before the summer starts. I'm telling you, you're going to be so much happier to just tackle it now. And I always say there's never a good time to lose weight, and there's never a bad time to start losing weight, because whether you are starting right now and you've got a million things lined up for summer, or whether it's now and you've got holidays lined up, it's like always, there's always something going on. That's how our life is. But if you do have health goals, do not waste another second. Get yourself as healthy as you can. And that's what I hope to prove to you guys on this channel and just on my Instagram. Make sure you're following me there too. Is I really just want everyone to become the healthiest version of themselves. And that's it. And how you can do that is overcome all of these habits that just don't serve us. They really don't. And the freedom that comes along with health and a clear mind and ditching all of these habits that don't serve us, the freedom that comes along with that is priceless. It really is. And again, I just want you guys to know, if I can do this, any of you guys can do this. Whew. All right, let's do a little cool down. And then I want to know from you guys down in the comments, did you walk with me this whole video? First question. Second question, binge eating. Should we do a part 2? Should we do a more in-depth one? And if so, what are your questions? And what else? Do you guys like walk with me's? Let me know down in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you really, really soon with my next video. But until then, have an awesome, awesome day. Bye guys.